Welcome to a mystical garden where magic breathes in every leaf and the morning sun paints the world in shades of pure gold and hope. In this enchanted place, every living thing has a story to tell, but none is as moving as the tale of two very special ceramic pots. By the side of an ancient stone well sat two pots, side by side, waiting for their daily journey to the master's house across the valley. The first pot was a masterpiece of craft, perfectly shaped without a single blemish, and it was quite proud of its flawless and beautiful appearance. The second pot was different. It carried a deep, long crack down its side, a scar that made it feel broken and inferior to its partner. Every day, the cracked pot would look at itself and feel a heavy sense of shame, believing that its imperfection made it entirely worthless and ugly. While the perfect pot boasted about its strength, the cracked pot remained silent, drowning in the sorrow of its own perceived failure and broken ceramic skin. It felt like a burden to the water-bearer, a tool that could no longer perform its duty as well as it was originally intended to. In its mind, the crack was not just a physical flaw, but a symbol of its inability to be perfect in a world that prized perfection. It apologized silently to the universe every morning, wishing it could be whole again and serve its master without losing a single drop of water. The water-bearer arrived as he did every morning, lifting the wooden pole onto his sturdy shoulders to begin the long trek back to the house. As they walked, the perfect pot held its water tightly, while the cracked pot began to leak, leaving a trail of wet spots on the ground. Each drop that fell felt like a tear from the pot's soul, a reminder that it was losing what it was meant to carry and protect. For 2 long years, this scene repeated daily, the pot leaking its precious cargo onto the dusty trail while the sun scorched the earth above them. The man never seemed to notice the leak, or perhaps he did, but he continued his pace with a calm and unwavering smile on his face. "I am a failure," the pot thought to itself, watching the water vanish into the dirt, leaving only half of its contents for the master's kitchen. By the time they reached the end of the journey, the cracked pot was only half full, and it felt ashamed of its miserable performance daily. The perfect pot was proud of its accomplishments, for it always delivered a full portion of water, fulfilling the purpose for which it was made. In the quiet of the kitchen, the cracked pot suffered in silence, convinced that its existence was a mistake and its flaw was a curse. Days turned into months, and months into years. But the pot's sadness only grew deeper with every trip and every leaked drop of water it lost. It believed that its worth was measured only by the amount of water it could hold, never realizing that value can take many different forms. One evening, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, the cracked pot finally found the courage to speak to the kind water-bearer. "I want to apologize to you," the pot whispered, its voice trembling with the weight of 2 years of bottled-up shame and heavy, silent tears. The man stopped and looked at the pot with compassion, his eyes reflecting the soft light of the fading day as he listened to its plea. "What are you apologizing for, my friend?" the man asked softly, his voice like the rustling of leaves in a gentle, soothing summer breeze. "Because of my flaw, you have to work harder, but you get less reward. I leak half of my water every single day of the year." The man smiled a beautiful, radiant smile that seemed to brighten the darkening garden even more than the sun had done just moments before. "Did you notice the path as we walked back today?" he asked, pointing toward the trail that wound its way through the hills and the trees. The pot looked, but saw only the familiar dirt and stones, failing to understand what the wise man was trying to reveal to its broken heart. "I want you to look closer tomorrow," the man said, "for you have been so focused on your hole that you missed the miracle you created. Rest now, and when the sun rises, I will show you the truth that your eyes have been too clouded with sadness to see clearly." The pot fell silent, wondering what could possibly be good about a leak that had caused so much waste for so many long, difficult days. As the sun rose again, the man carried the pots along the same path, but this time, he walked with a slow and deliberate pace. "Look down, my dear pot," the man said. "Notice how the flowers only grow on your side of the path, while the other side is dry." The cracked pot looked down and was amazed to see a vibrant carpet of flowers stretching as far as its eyes could see through the valley. Life was thriving here. Wildflowers of every color were dancing in the breeze, creating a paradise in the middle of a once barren and dusty wasteland. "I always knew about your flaw," the man explained. "So I took advantage of it and planted flower seeds along your side of the road. Every day as we walked back from the well, you watered them without even knowing it, giving life to beauty that would not exist otherwise. For 2 years, I have been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate my master's table and bring joy to his tired heart. Without you being exactly the way you are, with your crack and your leak, we would never have had this magnificent beauty to enjoy." The cracked pot felt a surge of warmth. It realized that its imperfection wasn't a failure, but a gift that allowed it to nourish the world. Even the perfect pot stood in awe, realizing that while it could carry water, it had never learned how to make the desert bloom with life. The path was transformed from a simple trail into a garden of miracles, all because one broken vessel dared to leak in the right places. Every flower was a testament to the fact that greatness does not require perfection, only the willingness to let your light and water flow out. It was no longer just a pot. It was a creator of beauty, a source of life, and a vital part of the garden's eternal soul. In the ancient art of kintsugi, the cracks are not hidden, but filled with gold, making the object more valuable and beautiful than it was before. Our flaws are like these golden lines. They tell the story of our journey, our struggles, and the unique ways we have learned to heal. Each of us has our own cracks. We have all felt broken at some point, thinking we are not enough or that we are failing others. But it is those very cracks that make our lives so interesting and rewarding, allowing us to connect with others in ways perfection never could. When we embrace our imperfections, we open the door for grace to enter and for miracles to happen in the most unexpected and beautiful places. Don't hide your brokenness or be ashamed of your scars. They are the channels through which you can water the world and make it bloom. The cracked pot finally understood that its value was not in its ability to be perfect, but in its unique ability to bring forth life. Take a moment to look at your own life. What you consider a weakness might actually be the very thing that helps someone else grow. Strength is not the absence of cracks, but the courage to keep carrying your water, even when you feel you are losing everything along the way. You are a vessel of light, and even if you feel broken, you are still capable of doing great things that a perfect vessel never could. Believe in the hidden purpose of your flaws. Trust that every drop you lose is nourishing a seed you haven't even seen yet in your life. In the grand design of the universe, there are no mistakes, only different ways of serving the beauty that binds us all together in love. As we reach the end of this journey, take this message with you into your day and let it settle deep within your very beautiful heart. You are unique. Your experiences, your pain, and even your mistakes have shaped you into a person who can offer something truly special to others. You are enough exactly as you are. Your value is inherent and does not depend on being flawless or meeting the impossible standards of the world. If this story touched your soul, please comment, "I am enough," below. Let's create a garden of positive affirmations together in this community today. Thank you for watching and for being part of this story. Your presence here is a gift, and your journey is important to the whole world. Keep shining, keep watering your path, and never forget that your cracks are exactly where the light enters your soul and reaches the world around. May you find peace in your imperfections and joy in your unique journey. Until next time, remember that you are truly and wonderfully enough today.